Friends, from last few days, one bank, that is SVB Bank, is having a big impact in all the stock market across the world. So today I'm going to show you how this SVB Bank crisis has happened, and I am also going to show you the how this crisis is it having an impact in our Indian banking sector or not. That is very much needed to understand because people are saying that this event is nothing like a 2008 Lehman Brothers crisis event. So today we are going to talk in detail how this crisis happened. So stay till then. So friends, hi, my name is Tapan Doshi and I welcome to my YouTube channel. Now talking about SVB banks, let me tell you, it is one of the 16 largest bank in USA, and if you see talk about their asset is almost $209 billion, which is equal to almost 17 lakh 50,000 crore, which is near to no basically HDFC Bank market capitalization. Even if you talk about no their deposit is around $175 billion, which is around 14 lakh 50,000 crores, which is also same as HDFC Bank. So the bank is quite big. As I told you, it is the 16th largest bank in US. So we are not talking about a small bank. Basically, we are talking about a big bank which is going to default. But let us understand how this thing happened and what were the situation due to which no SVB Bank got collapsed. We're talking about that. We have to go back to 2020. Well, 2020, you know that after COVID crisis, no, there was a quantitative easing across the world, and US also done a lot of quantitative easing. Now, because of that quantitative easing, what happened? There was a big money flush and big money available to each and every venture capitalist also, and most of the banks were giving easy loans at a 0% interest rate. So there was a big rush of money going to all the venture capitalists. Now talking about SVB Bank, SVB Bank is nothing but a Silicon Valley bank. Now they are having the maximum number of venture capitalists, and this bank started in 1983, and it's a pioneer in venture capitalist sector where most of the venture capitalists go and deposit to in SVB Bank. So during that time, I'm talking about 2020, when there was a big money available with all this venture capitalists, money was easily coming. What they done, because there was a excess cash lying with them, they gone and deposited in the SVB Bank. So in 2020, you can say there was a big rise in deposit in SVB Bank, and as a result, there was a big flood of money going into deposit at the bank level, and now the bank has to basically invest somewhere. Correct? Now during that time, no, basically because the SVB Bank was not able to get any very good opportunity, what they've done, they invested in US bond at 1.7% interest rate. Now this was the bond yield at that time, and that is what the SVB Bank has invested there, because once they get the money, they have to invest somewhere, correct? And there was not a big demand across the market, so they have to invest in the bond. Now things were okay till that time, but what happened? Because of you can say quantitative easing, suddenly the inflation started going up, and as a result, you know that US Fed has increased their interest rate from 0 to almost 4.75% rate within last 10 months. And as a result, what happened? Due to high interest rate, what happened? That bond yield started falling. Now see, understand one thing, SVB has invested at 1.7% rate. Okay, so if you know that whenever the interest rate goes up, the bond yield normally goes down. So क्या हुआ at that time? No, people were actually not interested in 1.7% because the market is giving you 4%, 5% interest rate. So people will invest that bond, correct? So the yield of all the bonds where the SVB has invested, that started falling. So basically one thing you have to keep in mind, whenever there is a high interest rate, the bond yield normally falls, whoever interest rate is lower. So what happened at that time? The bond yield started falling. On the other side, flip side, क्या हुआ? Because of the high inflation, no, venture capitalists was not able to get a better business momentum. Okay, their business started suffering. Now what happened? That they start coming back to the SVB Bank asking for that refund of their deposit. So whatever deposit they have done, they are asking for the refund. So of course, SVB Bank has to honor that. So meanwhile, there was a big redemption happening at the deposit level. Correct. So now there is a cash flow happening. Now somewhere the SVB Bank has to keep cash. So what they have done, they started selling the bonds which they have purchased at 1.75%. So basically they sold almost 21 billion bond, okay, which is roughly around 1,76,000 crores. Okay, now this is what they have invested, and they've sold at a loss. Now, what was the loss? Loss was around 1.8 billion dollar, which is around roughly 15,000 odd crores. Now, this is a big loss which the company has faced, which the bank has faced because of the of bond at a lower level. Now, that directly hit their profitability. Now, what happened? Because of this, now all the venture capitalists came to know and they start redeeming the deposit at a faster rate. Now the problem happened that yes, they don't were not having the enough cash at the SVB bank level. So what they tried to issue an IPO, basically instead of offering fund, basically share offering they started at a lower level, but there also there were no buyers because the buyers who were there, no, they also know that yes, SVB Bank is quite in a trouble. So that public offering of more shares, no, to the public actually not gone well, and as a result they were not able to collect fund from the market also. So you can think about it was a pressure from across the side. Now the interesting thing is that CFO, CEO, even CFO, actually all these guys literally of the SVB Bank I'm talking about, they sold their shares in last almost 1 week back in the open market. Now just think about it that here the management also know that the bank is in a problem and they started selling the shares. And what happened just before the SVB Bank told that they are bankrupt, literally 4 days back there was an article telling that SVB Bank is one of the best venture capitalist banks. So you can think about it, the way the things are handled in US Fed and across US banking sector, that actually Fed is not having a proper control on all these banks, and that is what the problem is created. Now what happened few days ago, SVB told the boss they are not able to honor, and on the other side there was few cryptocurrency bank also like Silvergate and so many other banks also told that yes, they are also going bankrupt because there was 60% loss at a banking level at that side also. So there was like Fed now was in a tough position because no, in one way they told that Powell that yes, I am going to increase the interest rate whatever may happen, but he told one day that yes, till the inflation gets control, I'll increase the rate or something bad happens. Now this is what the bad thing happened. What SVB Bank has a bankruptcy happened, and even few cryptocurrency bank bankruptcy happened, and this is what now Powell has to hold the increase in interest rate. Now that is what everyone is talking about, and it may happen that yes, Powell may keep a hold, but you have to understand why this thing happened. The simple thing why it is happened now that interest rate has gone from 0 to almost 4.75% within a span of 10 months. Now this is a very sharp increase, and whenever there is a big interest rate regime, now there will always be some casualty. Now SVB banks, all these cryptocurrency banks, almost 6 to 7 banks are in a problem in USA, all due to higher interest rate. So as I always says, no, every increase in interest rate will have some casualty, and that is what Uday Kotak also actually tweeted almost yesterday that yes, because of this high interest rate there were some casualty, and this is what happened with the SVB Bank. So one has to be very cognizant about all this what is happening there. Again, yes, there is a small insurance amount available from the government side that if you have a $250,000 deposit you are safe, but you understand 85% of deposit happening in SVB Bank by the venture capital is more than $250,000. So that is the problem. But yes, US government already told that yes, they are going to safeguard all the SVB deposits. So that was a plus sign for SVB. Now, on the contrary, American bank actually that they are having a problem. American Citibank and all that. Now here the basically assurance given by the government is there for the SVB Bank, but still you can say the investor is not too much sure about it. Of course, what we think that yesterday, what was the fall happened at a US level. and Indian level is literally now bottom up. But yes, we cannot say anything unless some bad news comes. I think there will be some stability at India level and US level. Even today's market, if you can see, there is a good increase in prices also. So that is the good thing happening. But talking about Indian market, guys, Indian banking industry. Now, whether this SVB banking crisis will have an impact in Indian banking crisis, then I want to tell you one thing, guys. RBI is one of the best central banker across the world, and the way they have governed, that is very good. They are very much aware what type of risky lending is happening at a bank level, and they are keeping the regulation very tight, and that is what helping currently Indian banks. So that is a good thing happening, and currently we do not foresee any type of problem in banking, because banking industry also after COVID, that has come out from that NPS cycle. Now the NPS are much more lower level, thanks to the RBI's tight scrutiny, compliance, and also now the banking, because of that Yes Bank saga and DHFL saga and so many other small cooperative banks which got busted. Indian banking sector had learned a lot. Now they are very much aware of what type of policy they have to follow while giving the loan. So that is a good thing happening at a banking level. So I don't think that Indian banking sector is in a problem the way the problem is in USA. So that thing you have to come to mind. But yes, this fall will give a good opportunity for any long-term investor to collect the stocks, to buy the stock at a lower level. And even my recommendation is you can buy this stock. See, this type of crisis may come and it will go away, but normally the market do trend very well over the next 2 3 years. That is going to happen in India also, and maybe US also will recover. Now, because of this crisis, Fed will push much more tighter regulation and everything, and they have to put it. There will be lot many scrutiny going on. They will put the investigation agencies and all that stuff. That will happen. All these things normally happens whenever there is a big fall like this. But yes, things will get settled down and market will go on. So all this fall you can use it for to buy strong Indian banks or strong Indian IT companies or many other companies which you think it is a better way. I think you can start buying it. So guys, to understand all these things in detail, the way I told you how the macroeconomic factors also impacting you can click the below link, attend our masterclass which we are going to do it this weekend also. You attend it, and there we are going to talk in detail about how to check all this and how you can select a multi-bagger stock. So do click the below link and attend our masterclass, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Thank you.